Hey, what's going on? It's me. I saw Atheno make a tier list video, and he's champ, like he's cool. He's played in Pro League and stuff like that. Um, I, however, am a hard stuck plat, and you know what? I think my tier list is gonna be way different. I watched it, and he had some questionable picks there that I necessarily wouldn't agree with. But I mean, like, what do I know? I'm a hard stuck plat. I also am going to make this tier list because I want to see what other people say, like what other people think. If they think other operators should be other places. For instance, like if I made this tier list and my brother made a tier list, Cacto Dot. Yeah, he's not gonna like my tier list. He might like some of it, but a lot of it he's probably not gonna like. So I'm very interested to see what people think. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start swinging away. We'll start at the top with the SAS, it looks like, and we'll end with Brava. I haven't played Fenrir, but I do have my thoughts on him. See how good he... My perspective is obviously going to be from ranked. I have not played in a comp setting, all but maybe like once with Zach, because he played on a team and so is Josh. But yeah, so let's just get into it. Let's fucking do it. Let's go for it. We're gonna start with Sledge. Sledge has nades. His hammer's really good for vert. He can do down to top on coastline, kind of situational. I don't think he's super necessary. Like, I don't think he's a must pick. Like, that's how I have him ranked here. I guess I can go through these. S tier is a must pick. Like, if you're not bringing this operator, you're throwing. A is really good. No one's gonna bitch about it. B is solid. They might not be good on every site, but you can definitely get away with bringing them. C is situational. There might be like a couple strats that you would run around this operator. D is really situational. Like you might have a pocket strat of a pocket strat that you can use. E's just bad. Like their utility sucks. It can't get frags, anything like that. But they can like show up. They have like one redeeming quality per round that gets them by. F is borderline unplayable. So like something about their utility's broken, or they don't fit in the current meta. They're just not good. You can't get away. Their win percentage is just absolutely awful. This is all my opinion. I don't know the numbers. I just thought this would be fun. Anyway, Sledge. I'm gonna say he's really good. Vertical play is huge, and he has a solid gun, and he has frag grenades. Counter that, if you still want to bring him for vert, and no one wants to play EMPs, like for whatever reason they don't want to run OSA, then he has all that utility. He can cover almost every single area. He can be a supportive role. He can be aggressive with the frags, although not really as much as he used to be. Since he got tuned down, he's a little slower now. My cat is getting on my mouse pad, and I'm gonna have to put her on the ground here. Anyway, Thatcher. I'll put him in B because one, he's banned all the time in ranked, which that's a topic for a different video on my opinion on bans. But I do think he's good. But with the different amount of utility, not even necessarily like the secondary EMPs. Get off my desk, Melly. Not even with the secondary EMPs, but just with how he is played now, he's stale. He's not really in the meta anyway. So I'm gonna put him in solid. He still obviously brings big utility. He's got a good gun, but I don't think he's super necessary. But no one's gonna complain if you bring him. Smoke. He's good on every bomb site. Pick him all the time. Site setup, plant denial, playtime. He could 1v3 in the last like 45 seconds without even getting a kill. He's that good. Pocket SMG. He can frag if he needs to. But seriously, just pick him, sit down on site. Even without the shield, you can pick another op to bring a shield. Like, I get it. They wanted to nerf him, but there's other operators with shields. Like, he'll be all right. Mute. I'm going to put him in B tier I'll put him in A tier. Again, he's got the pocket SMG. He's got the shotgun for sight setup, and drone denial is huge. When you start getting up there in ranks, like Cacto and Josh, they're above me in ranks. So when I play with them, I really see how much like drone work is done, how much intel really means in a round, how important it is to drone room by room by room to check corners. So having a mute in those higher tiers seems really important. So I'm gonna stick him in the A tier. So the SAS there, you can't go wrong picking them. Next up, Thermite. I would put him in S tier, but there's better hard breaches, so I'm gonna put him in A because he's mainly for like outside reinforcements. His gun is not the best by any means. Um, he does have smoke grenades, which are good. Flashbang's good. Uh, but I don't think he's the best hard breach. Not at all. So I'm gonna put him in A because I don't think he's a must pick. But he'll definitely get the job done. He's just in some situations is a lot riskier of a play than others. Next up is Ash. She's not situated. She's solid. She's got the breaching charge. That'll get rid of a lot of utility. You could even play vertical with it. Or breaching round, I'm sorry. Her breach charges you could bring if you're like solo queuing. You don't trust anyone to do vert if you need extra rounds. Solid guns, 1.5 on the G36. The R4C, I think I'm going to start using this season. Just, I don't know, out of nostalgia, I guess, but I think it's still a good pick. High DPS. Recoil's a little tough, but if managed right, it's still a great gun. Pulse. I love Pulse. That being said, I kind of want to put him in C, but he still gives really good intel. But he has to be like, there's better intel ops. Just because he has a 1.5 doesn't make him the best intel op. That's silly. He has to be alive to use his utility. Echo and Valkyrie can both place their utility and forget about it. Anyone can use their utility. Pulse is the only one that can use his utility, and if he's not giving callouts, it's not as good. I'm almost gonna kind of want to put him in C. He's just not as good as he was, and with IQ, even Solus, yeah, I'm moving him down. I'm bumping him down to C. The UMP is not that good, even though it's got a 1.5. The heartbeat sensor is just not what it used to be. Although shout out to all the real ones that played during the Pulse shotgun meta in like year 1, season 1 and 2 or something like that. Yeah, because that was the Super 90. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Frost. Yeah, that was a problem. That was a problem. Castle. Zach plays him a lot. He has really good sight setups. I don't know enough about him. Really don't know what to put. I almost want to put him in C as well, because sometimes if you're like even duo queuing, you could fuck up a different strat that your team's running if you're not communicating. I'm gonna put him on B, because even like you put like old consulate, for example, you put them on the windows, that's still better than just having wooden barricades. He does have the 1.5. I don't know. This is hard. This is harder than I thought it would be. I think I'm going to leave him there. I don't know why. I don't play Castle. But I know he has really good strategies that you can play, especially on like Clubhouse. Clubhouse, I think you could use him a lot. And Zach tends to play him a lot. He's got really good strats. They don't tend to hinder anything. So I'm going to leave him in B. All right. Monty. I hate shields. I'm going to put him in really situational because I think like there are certain sites that he's super good. Like basement on bank. Really good for taking server side. That's the only one that comes to my head right now. But that's why he's in really situational. Anyway, my opinion, all shields should be out of the game. It's not a game that really requires shields. I understand it's a game of teamwork, communication, strategy, all that stuff. I don't think they fit in Siege. That's just my opinion, though. Twitch, since the F2 got nerfed, there's better options. The 417 is really good. But she's still good on almost every bomb site. She has 2 extra drones for intel. Um, so even the intel alone and the extra drones are worth it. But I wouldn't put her all the way down in D tier. But there's better options. I wouldn't consider her a must pick. I wouldn't consider her super situational. I would just consider her situational. Uh, Doc. I'm gonna put him at A tier because since he got the bailiff, because before the bailiff, I probably would have put him down here. But since he got the bailiff, the site setup's crucial. You can move operators around now. He can do a lot if he's an anchor and you have it like 2 other guys anchoring with you and they start taking site real quick, like a rush happens or something, you get caught off guard. You don't want to leave one guy weak, like one guy one shot. He's good to have on site just to keep everyone there. Good for everyone to rotate back. Like, a minute 30 hits and then your roamer got a pick or something, but got in another gunfight and they're low. And then he comes back at that minute 30 mark to rotate and then he gets healed up. That's a man advantage. That's huge. So I think he's really good. I don't think he's a must pick, but I think he's really good. His counterpart Rook, ranked wise, hard stuck plat talking here. I'm gonna put him at solid. He's got good guns. Shout out to the Pro 90. Dan's bringing that meta out. If you're not using the Pro 90, you're not a pro. Yeah. But the self revive thing, since his armor got buffed, and just the health buff in general, for like those 3 speed 1 armors, I think it's good. I think it's solid. No one's gonna bother you if you bring a rook. They're not gonna say get off that op or anything like that. They're not gonna question it. So yeah, I'm gonna stick him in B tier. Fuse, I think, is better than people put out because when I play Fuse, even if I go on site and I fuse from above and I don't get a kill, you can use that for so many. You can use it to clear utility on site. That'll clear like barbed wire, Malusi's, lesion mines, anything that can be broken by an explosive. That'll clear site of utility. If you get all your charges off, you can clear a site if everything's in the right spot. But I don't. He's slow. He's loud. He's clunky. He usually needs a buddy to go with him upstairs if he's gonna fuse. I have seen in Pro League where he would actually get the bandit trick off. So like he'd place it, pull the charge, and then so he couldn't get the batteries back on, but before the MP went off, they would send the fuse charge in. So I think he's got more uses than people put him out for. He's not just for, kills and wiping the sight of the anchors. I think he's good for util clear, but I don't think he's in a super good spot. So I'm gonna put him in situational. Glass, really situational. I'd use him on like, yeah, coastline stock maybe. Like when you need to peek coastline ruins. He could take site, like I get it, like maybe like armory on border if you're holding post plant, but like that's all I can think of. There's better options. Tachanka, I'm gonna throw in C tier. I've used him a couple times for like holding top square of bank. I dig it. He definitely not smoke levels. He does have that 1.5 and he does have the ability to switch to the DP25. But I think him not having a shotgun and like an SMG or something like that, or like the pocket shotty. If he had the pocket shotty and the 9x19, he would be easily like here or even here maybe, just for site setup alone. But he has the DP25, which I personally don't like. I think the 9x19 is way better. But you use the 9x19 to get the scope, you lose the site setup. So I think that's why he goes down lower. Smoke's just a better pick overall. Capcan, I think he's really good. Even with the loss of the 1.5, I think he's a solid roamer. He's got 5 traps. What was that? 5 traps. So he's good You can use it kind of as intel. It's a little harder now, but I think he's just an overall solid op. The gun's good. He's a good roamer. He's a 2 armor, 2 speed. You can still get kills with the cap cans if you double down on the door, which I love that option. I love that you can put more than one on a door if you want to. You don't have to. You can put as many around as you want. By as many around, I mean 5. You can put 5 around. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. He's a solid operator. He's got impacts for site setup, or if you're playing him on site, he's got nitro if you're like playing below or something like that, or plant denial, stuff like that. I think he's a solid op. He's got good stuff. Blitz. Anyway. IQ. I'd put her at solid. Man, that's tough to explain though. I think she's a really good solo queue operator for gaining all the intel you need. Like say you're about to enter a room, you just drone or something, you may as well flip open the scanner and see if there's any traps nearby. See any cams if you're on cams and they're yellow pinging. You can see where the Cade claws are if you are working on a team to get the hard breach off. I think she's that good extra bit that you need on a team. Like I don't think she's the first pick, maybe not even the second pick, but definitely if I don't know who to pick, I'm probably going IQ. Bandit, A. There's literally one other option that's better, but bandit tricking I think is still really good. Thatcher counters Cade, and all other EMPs can counter Bandit. So with Thatcher being the hard counter to Cade, and Thatcher being banned so often, I think that's why Cade shines as much as he does. So that's why I'm gonna put Bandit down there, because he's easier to deal with the pocket EMPs, with nades. IQ can get his stuff real easy. So I'm gonna leave him an A tier. The MP7's good. Not God tier. He's got the nitro, which is always good. He's got barb for audio. Just overall a good op. Jaeger, I'm gonna put him down to B. Just because his utility is good. Don't get me wrong. Those Jaeger devices save lives. But I'm gonna put him at B because the 416 has fallen so far from its throne. It used to be so good, but after the mag, they shorted the mag, they increased the recoil, and could you imagine if he had a 1.5? It must pick S tier any day of the week. Yeah, do I move him up to A? I think I do. I move him up to A because it's just so good to get rid of that util if they don't see it, because they can just as easily, if you put him in a bad spot, they can just plink him away. But I'm gonna put him in A. I still think he's really good. I think that denial of the grenades is huge. So, Buck. No, I gotta put him in A. He has so much utility right now. It's ridiculous. I was gonna put him in B because of his gun. I think that gun has so much freaking recoil. At least in my opinion. Maybe I'm just trash, but he's got the 1.5. Easy vert below and above. He has hard breach tools now. He has the gun 6 to get rid of any deployables. Basically, the only thing he's missing from being an S tier is if he had frag grenades or EMPs. Yeah. Frost. Frost is a solid op now. I'd almost put her in A tier, but I still think her gun leaves a lot to be desired, and Frost mats are super easy to deal with. I put her in B because she has the pocket shotgun now for site setup. Blackbeard. This is gonna be a long video. Blackbeard. He's just bad. As long as you're still hitting that target, like if you hit the first shot on the head, the chances are the second shot's gonna probably hit him too. So like you break his shield, he's done. Valkyrie, I'm gonna put it S. She's so good. And if she's not banned, you better be bringing her almost every time. I'm gonna say 90% of the time you should be bringing a Valkyrie. She's not a necessity, but she's really freaking close. Cams for the whole team. You know, she places them. She dies in the first round. She like your Valkyrie goes for a spawn peek and dies. You still have her cams. They can still make calls if they're a good player. But yeah, I think she's pretty much a must pick. Capital's kind of gotten off his rocker, kind of lost his fastball with how prevalent in the meta nading from below is. I don't know. I bring him a lot. And with Womai being able, but Womai's not picked that much. I'm surprised though. Womai should be picked more. Hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna put him at C because I don't bring him every time. I bring him on sites I know that I need like clear corners on. You know, I can just shoot a fire dart and get him out of there. Mostly on coastline. I like coastline. So yeah, I'm gonna stick him in there. I think the firebolts are good. Smokes are always handy, but there's other operators that have smokes. So, but again, he has the Gon 6, which is good for clearing stuff. He has the hard breach tools, but he can't quite work them like Buck can, because Buck can go above and shoot everything. And yeah, so it's better for him to play a hatch than Capital to play a hatch. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's gonna stay there. Kavera, I don't think she's bad, but I definitely don't think her utility constitutes her being picked every round or being picked anytime over like you being up 3-0. You can get the same utility out of Valkyrie. Easy. Easy. You got good cams, you don't need this. And this constitutes you getting a kill. If you don't get that kill or interrogation or whatever, or you say you get someone down and they have a buddy, a lot of times at the higher level, everyone's got a buddy. Everyone's got a freaking buddy. So I'm gonna leave her down there. Because even if you get that down, it's so easy to get that refrag off in higher levels. She's down there. Hibana is good. Her gun sucks, in my opinion. I don't like her gun. Low mag, high rate of fire, lots of recoil. Oh, what do I do? She's a hard breach, though. Do I really want to put a hard breach in B? Yeah, because I'm not going to bring her over a thermite if I have to, and I'm not going to bring her over an ace. Yeah, but she's still good. She can get every hatch on... She can get open hatch on Oregon. She can get the freezer hatch on Oregon. And she can also open the... Frady frack, what's it called? The hatch above laundry on Oregon. That's 3 hatches. The other ones can't do that. You have to bring one of the pocket ops or another hard breach. Echo. I'm gonna put him at solid because he's kind of like Valkyrie. Like if you die, his drones are still up. They can't deny anything. And I think people use his drones strictly for denial. That's a lot of work. That's not gonna happen every round. It's more important to use it for the utility and for the disorientation, like than to play plant denial with him. So I'm gonna put him at B. I don't think he's A, but I'm gonna put him at B. Maybe I do put him at A. Yeah, I do put him at A. Jackal. He's really not that great. Yeah, he counters your roamers. He's a good op. He's got good guns. He's got that PDW. C7 and hits hard and reloads fast. Is it annoying to deal with? Yeah, but if he pings you, you have a general idea of where he is. You have a general idea of where this guy's coming from. Again, they could be working with a buddy. They could ping you. That buddy could be close, and they could shoot you through the floor, the wall, the whatever. So, but still, I don't think he's up here. A lot of people think he's goated, but he's good. He's just not that good. Mira. I don't know if I want to put her at S. You can always use one. But there are some sites where it's... But, like, the thing is, like, this is really thinking deep here. When you watch Pro League, they will put Miras for, like, the roamers to watch the flanks and stuff like that. I saw a nasty one on Skyscraper during the grand finals of Copenhagen. Was that it? Was that the last major? Denmark. I don't know. But yeah. I think in a rank setting, especially with how much she's banned, I'm just gonna put her at really good. They don't give her a chance to be up here, you know, so I'm just gonna put her down here. Oh, I can't. I'm not doing that. This is all just A tier. They're all the same. They're all the same operator. Ying, solid op, ranked wise. She's really annoying on site. If you're an anchor, she's really friggin' annoying. And she has so many bullets. She can clear a site, not have to reload. And she's got a hard breach, so B tier. Legion. I'm definitely gonna put him at solid. He can defend a whole room. I use him on border all the time. I want to use him more this season. Because I think he's really good. His gun's really good. You could bring him every round. I don't think anyone's gonna complain, but I don't think he's A tier. I don't think he's super, super good, but yeah, definitely a good op. Zofia, same thing. Actually, I think Ashe is better anymore. I'd bring an Ashe over Zofia. Yeah, I'm gonna put Zofia down there. With how many nerfs she got to both her guns, and yes, her charges are nice. Ashe with flashbangs is probably better. I don't even know what Zofia has as secondary kit. I really don't remember. But if I don't remember, it must not be worth using. So I'm going to put her down there. I just don't think she's as good as Ashe. Ashe is just a better pick. Ella. She's can do the same thing Legion does, but worse. I think Legion is way more obnoxious than an Ella. Ella's good at locking down certain areas of a map. She's like a C and a half. She's like a between a C and a B. Her gun's just clearly not what it used to be. She struggles at range engagements, like even mid-range is kind of tough if you can't control the recoil. But she's really good at locking down like tight hallways and stuff like that. So I'm gonna stick her in C. I don't know. Now I'm gonna put her in B. I still think she's really good, but I think she's better than these ones, so that's why I'm gonna stick her in B. Dokkaebi. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, A tier. DMRs are good right now. She has an SMG, Anagon 6, and EMPs. And her phone calls are super obnoxious for sight, good for intel. She can pick up cams. She's a really good operator. I'm almost thinking about putting her in S tier. I think I might. Oh, do I? Yeah. Yeah, I do. She's really, really good. Especially with the DMR buff. I think she's really, really good. I'm not good with DMRs, but anyway. Vigil. I don't want to put him in D tier because he's better than these. But he's just not as good as he was. When he came out, everybody was playing him. He was A tier for sure. I'll put him in C. He's good. His gun's really good. He has impacts. He has the SMG 12. His util's not bad, but it still gives you the. To me, it gives you the sense that there's a vigil around. Oh no, I should be extra careful. I don't know exactly where it is, but let me just redrone it and we'll find him. I almost think playing him on site is underrated. Because imagine like the last 15 seconds come down, your buddy's on a drone and they just see white lines. Where's he gonna plant? If he tries to stick a plant, he doesn't know where to go. He could just plant right in front of the vigil and not even know. I don't know. That's just my brain working. I'm gonna put him in C tier. Lion, A tier. He's got an LMG. He's got a billion rounds. He's got EMPs. He's got the scanner. He's like, nah, he's not S tier. He's like worse Dokkaebi in the fact that his scans aren't nearly as good. Because her whatever you call it, a gadget is so much better than his. Finka, how the mighty have fallen. You remember Finka? Yeah, we all remember Finka. Even with her buff with Fenrir, how she doesn't get affected as much, I don't think that's worth it. Alibi.
I wouldn't put her at her must pick. She's really good. Her util's not super great.
She does have a bailiff though, and her gun's really good. She's a good roamer. She's solid, but you don't have to pick her. Yeah, I'll put her in B. Like, she's a good pick, but definitely not necessary.
Maestro, kind of the same deal. His cameras are good, but he's not like how he used to be.
You know what? Since you can break them now, he's way less useful than he was. So we'll leave him there. We'll leave him at B tier. Even with the Alda. Now Maverick is so much work in the current meta. I think how he's used, and since everyone has EMPs and everyone just runs Ace for hard breach, I think Maverick's borderline useless anymore. He has his sights like what's it called? Back garage on Chalet. But other than that, you don't really need them. You can use them on Clubhouse, but I feel like there's better options to get around it. Clash. Anyway. Nomad. Oh, she's almost a must pick. I think she's a must pick. She's really good. She's really good. You can solo take entire floors with her if you set up everything right. Everything watches your flank for you. You have almost three people watching your flank. You just play the audio cues. You can either bug out or you can take a fight. You'll know where they're coming from. Cade. Definitely S tier. I don't really know if I need to say anything.
What? Do you like any toy? Ow! Okay.
Gridlock. Her gun's not that great. She has a shotgun or the gun 6. She also has EMPs, but there's way better operators. She's still good, but she can't do it all. I'm torn between putting Mozzie in C or B. He's good drone denial, but he has no sight setup and his guns are mediocre. I think the Roni is not that good of a gun. It has a 1.5, but that's the 1.5. That's not the Roni. Would I play Maestro over Mozzie? Me personally, no, because Mozzie has a dirt bike helmet. You know what? Because he has a dirt bike helmet, and that's cool, he's going in B tier, and his emblem's sick. Knock has gone up for me. I think she's really good. For evading cams and making like solo pushes and stuff like that when you have to. And just catching everyone off guard. I think she's really good. I would have put her like when she first came out, like way down here. I wouldn't have said barely unplayable, but yeah, no, I think she's really good with the nades. She has EMPs as well. Really good secondary and an okay primary. The recoil is absolutely absurd on that gun. It doesn't need to be that bad. But I use the suppressor because Nock's sneaky and silencers and suppressors are sneaky. So what other option do you have? Warden. That's mainly strictly because of deployable shield, 1.5. And like I said, in the higher tier, Ying, when she comes in, smoke grenades even, Thermite does a smoke plant. He's such a good anchor. And the gun's just so good. He can just hold so much with that. I think he's S tier. Amaru. I'm gonna put in situational. She has a great gun. She's great for getting places fast, but in ranked, I don't think she's that great. In Pro League, they use her a ton. I think she has a good kit, but I think she's still situational. Like you don't really need to be bringing her that often. People are probably going to question when you bring her on certain sites. So I'm going to leave her up there. Goyo, I almost want to put in D tier. If he instead they went the deployable shield route and did like 2 deployable shields or just like 1 deployable shield with a flame canister, or like you could give him a deployable shield and he could put a canister on it, maybe? I don't know. I think he's fallen so far from grace. I don't even think he's situational. I think he's really situational. You don't see him hardly ever played, at least in ranked anyway. Callie, only because her utility's good. Why not bring a lion? Why not bring an Osa? Why not bring a Dokkaebi? Why not bring anyone with EMB? Why not bring a Gridlock? I almost want to put her down there. But she does have that secondary pistol. I'm going to keep her there. Yeah, yep. I don't think the sniper has any place in Siege. Not at all. When the 1.5 is king, why do you need it 12 times? You know what I'm saying? Well, I think he's a fantastic operator. I almost want to put him in S tier. Do I put Jaeger in S tier? Do I move him up to A? I think I do. I move him up to A. I know I fought for him as a B tier, but I think his gadget's better. But Wamai with a 1.5 really does get the job done. Do I put them both up here? I don't think so. I think the 416 is so far from what it used to be. One of them's S tier. I just don't know which one. I think Wamai, I'm going to leave Wamai there. If you play him and you get all those magnets off, it's so obnoxious. I'm going to leave him there. Yana, infinite drones. Infinite intel. Fantastic gun. And frag grenades. Top tier. Oryx, he's not as good as he used to be. He's still solid. He's got the bailiff for setup. He can run through walls. He can climb through the hatches. Gun's good. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. He might be C tier now. Because he's just not as useful as he was with the 1.5. Ace, you already know. That's easy. He's the best hard breach in the game. He has 3 charges. Most difficult to ban trick, in my opinion. Just so many opportunities can be made with Ace. He's got a fantastic gun, fantastic kit. That's all you need. Melusi, because of the lack of a 1.5 on her MP5, I'm going to put her at really good. Otherwise, her gadget's top tier. Yeah. I don't think she's S tier. She's definitely not a must pick, but she's really, really, really good. 0. I'm going to put him really good because he is an operator. If you lose your hard breach, you can still open a wall. If you lose your EMPs, you can still shock the bandits or the Cade. If you need to get rid of deployable, he has that Gon 6. If you need to frag out, he has a really good gun. So I think he's the most well-rounded character in the game, but I don't think you need to bring him. A Rooney. I haven't played enough of Rooney. I would say there. Either there or there. Yeah. Because you can do so much with her gates. They can work as grenade denial too. They don't just deny entry. She also has a DMR on defense, which is nuts. So yeah, I'm gonna leave her at A. Flores. got infinite drones. They don't last that long, but he's destruction, he's util clear, he's support, he's intel. He can make it all happen. He's really good. You don't need a Thunderbird. Her Kona stations are really nice for the team, but if you have a good dock is better than a good Thunderbird in my opinion. And her gun's kind of garbage. It's slow fire rate. It hits like a truck, but it's so slow. And in this game, fire rate's king with one taps or one shot headshots. Osa, no question. I think they should be banned over Jackal. Just they're that good. Has a walking mirror that you can set down and plant behind. Has EMPs and the PDW-9. That is one hell of a kit. You can bring them anywhere, and no one's going to complain. It is so much util is in that operator right now, and I think they should bring them every round, 100%. Thorn. They're okay. She her gadget is like a worse cap can in my opinion, is how I see it. But you can place it anywhere, which I think is good for like defending her gun just stinks is the main thing. Her gun is not that good. And I'd rather play Mozzie over Thorn, and he's got a dirt bike helmet. So I'm going to leave Thorn there. The gun's subpar. The gadget you can get away from unless you have to stick a plant. Do I move it to B? Nope, sticking to C. I'm sticking it there. No question about it. Meta changing operator. This should be banned more than this. Right? Like, how obnoxious of angles do you have to deal with a Nizami? You can't just clear corners anymore. You have to clear head glitches. You have to clear half circles. You have to clear upside down rappels like I do on Coastline. It's nuts when you can just smoke. You can play vert. This thing she can do so much. She needs to be banned more. Ban this, not this. I need to make a video on that. Sends. Her gadget just stinks. Her gun's not that great. She has the Gon 6, but so do other options. I wish this operator worked in this game. I think it's such a cool concept, and I want her to be good. It's just, it doesn't work in Siege. I think they played off Valorant there with the walls, which I think is such a cool idea, and like a shooter, like to be able to put up a fog wall, but unfortunately, it's wonky. You can't see. You don't really know how far you're in it, who can see what. It's tough. It's tough. So I'm going to put it down there at D. Grim, I haven't played since the buff, but I got a feeling it's going to be around there. He has a really good gun. And I think the Bs are going to be kind of like a cheap Capitao, depending on how long it lasts and how people work around it. Because Capitao, you can't really go through unless you want to eat the damage. But Capitao, I don't think lasts nearly as long. I don't know that for sure, but I'm going to put him here because I see him as a similar operator to Capitao. Solus, fantastic operator. I think she's really good. I didn't play her enough. Overall, just her utility is really good. Plant denial, to see when someone's droning to know where they're at, to see the drone itself in the prep phase. It's all good stuff. And then Brava. Brava I'm going to put in C because her drone is such a good idea. However, I think the takeover should be instant, in my opinion. I think if you're taking something over, it should be instant. If you're destroying something, it should it should do what it does now and tries to fry it. Because at that point, if it was just instant, this is just Twitch. But if the main thing is the takeover, like the cap cans and stuff, the cameras, and it just does it immediately, I think that's a much better operator. I think you'd see her play way more. I think it'd be super balanced. I don't think it'd be OP. I think it'd move her up to here at least. But yeah, I did it. I made a tier list. This took me like 45 minutes. So this is either going to be a really long video or I'm going to have a lot of editing to do. So yeah. Anyway, if you're not, subscribe, hit the bell thing. I don't do this normally. It's really weird. So hit the likes, hit the comments. Let me know what operators that you play that you think should be moved around. I'm really curious because this is just coming from me, a hard stuck plat. I've been playing the game since launch, and this is what I think. Zach, tell me what I did wrong. Okay, bye. Hey, post editing me here. I realized I forgot Fenrir. While I was editing this, I got to Brava and just quit, even though I mentioned Fenrir at the beginning of the video. So Fenrir, I think after playing him a little bit, I think he's gonna be an A tier. He's really good at just manipulating the bomb site and areas of the map into his favor. So he can cut lines of sight and just really capitalize on the movement of the enemy, the movement of where everyone's coming from. And it's almost like he has 5 beepers that can blind you. I think he's really a fantastic operator. I don't think he's an S tier. I don't think he's busted, but I do think he is very, very viable in the meta right now. But yeah, that's the list. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm just trying to make some different kind of content other than gameplay, and this was the first idea that came to mind. So thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Yeah, we'll see you next time.